A seismic shift has just hit the U.S. immigration landscape. A new proposal from the White House to add a staggering $100,000 one-time fee to every single new H-1B petition. This video is overview of H-1B visa new fees proposal impact and strategic planning, comprehensive guide for H-1B holders to prepare for new changes. If you are on an H-1B, your career in the United States could be on the line. White House Press Secretary clarifies that following points. 1. This is not an annual fees, it's a one-time fee that applies only to the petition. 2. Those who already hold H-1B visas and are currently outside of the country right now will not be charged $100,000 to re-enter. H-1B visa holders can leave and re-enter the country to the same extent as they normally would, whatever ability they have to do that is not impacted by yesterday's proclamation. 3. This applies only to new visas, not renewals and not current visa holders. But don't panic. In this video we will break down exactly what this means, who is most at risk, and most importantly the critical steps you must take right now to protect your future. Stay with us. The U.S. administration has announced a transformative policy, a new $100,000 fee per H-1B visa petition, applicable to both new filings and renewals, effective September 21, 2025. This isn't an incremental change, it's a fundamental recalibration of the cost of sponsoring skilled foreign workers. Let's talk impact. This isn't just a fee, it's a financial shockwave. For an employer, sponsoring a single worker for a standard 3-year period could now cost $100,000 in one-time fees alone. This will force companies to make impossible choices. Immediate effects include hiring freezes, rescinded offers, and a mad dash to get renewals filed before the deadline. Major IT services firms and their employees, predominantly from India, face an existential threat. But no one is immune. Startups will be priced out entirely, and even large tech and finance giants will drastically reduce sponsorship. The very model of onshore global talent is under threat, prompting a likely shift towards offshoring and exploring alternative visa routes. Time is your most valuable asset. Here is your immediate action plan. First, and this is critical, avoid all international travel unless absolutely necessary. If you are outside the U.S., consult your lawyer immediately about returning before the deadline if applicable. Second, initiate a frank conversation with your employer. You must determine if they are willing to absorb this astronomical cost for your renewal. Be prepared for them to say no. Third, with your employer's counsel, explore all alternatives. Can you transfer to a CAP-exempt entity like a university? Could you qualify for an L1 intra-company transfer or an O1 visa for extraordinary ability? Finally, if you have started the process, discuss accelerating your green card application. Now is the time for proactive, strategic movement. If your employer confirms they will not pay the fee, you enter a contingency phase. Your first goal is to find a new sponsor and file an H-1B transfer before your current status expires, leveraging the 60-day grace period. If that fails, you must file a change of status to another visa, like a B2 tourist visa or F1 student visa, to buy time lawfully. If no options remain, you must execute a disciplined departure plan. This involves securing your assets, understanding tax implications, and preparing to work remotely for your employer from your home country or a third country. This isn't an end, it's a strategic pivot. If you must return home, departure checklist, assets, finances, liabilities, administrative and legal items, ensure employer provides written termination withdrawal date and copies of any immigration notices. Retrieve personal passport, original immigration paperwork, I-94, I-797 approvals, and copies of payroll tax documents, W-2s, pay stubs. Close or update legal matters, notify landlord, settle lease or sublet, cancel transfer utilities, consult counsel about continuing immigration filings, I-140 priority date retention. Finances and assets, bank accounts. Keep at least one U.S. bank account open if you plan to return soon. Notify bank of departure or convert to non-resident account if needed. Transfer funds to home country via safe channels. Watch tax AML rules. Retirement accounts. Review 401(k) IRA options. Leave in plan if possible. Check withdrawal penalties and tax implications. Consider rolling IRAs if applicable. Consult tax advisor. Investments. Decide whether to maintain U.S. brokerage accounts. Some require U.S. address/citizenship/residency. Sell or manage positions and be mindful of capital gains tax. Credit cards, loans. Inform creditors of departure. Settle outstanding balances or set up automatic payments. Consider closing unnecessary cards to avoid fraud. Taxes. File required federal and state tax returns. Check departure tax implications, FBR, FBT reporting, treaty benefits, if any. Property and household. Vehicle, sell, transfer title, or store. Notify DMV and cancel insurance or change policy to non-resident if it remains. Lease house. Give notice per lease terms. Document property condition for deposit return. If you own a home, decide to sell, rent, or hire property manager. Storage. Arrange secure storage for important possessions. Get receipts/inventory. Pets. Arrange travel and health documentation for pets. Vaccines, microchip export permits. Utilities/phone/internet. Schedule disconnection or transfer. Finalize bills. Healthcare. Health insurance. Arrange for COBRA if eligible, or get interim coverage for travel home. Collect all medical records and prescriptions. Digital and legal. Close backup personal data. Change addresses on financial institutional accounts. Update consulate registration if needed. Power of attorney. Will. Consider executing a power of attorney for property matters if needed. Update estate planning. Contacts. Keep contact info for immigration attorney, employer HR, and U.S. bank contact. Provide emergency contacts back home. Monitor legal challenges. Follow updates from the officials. This situation is fluid. The most important thing you can do is stay informed. Monitor official USCIS announcements and the Federal Register for the final rule. Follow reliable immigration news sources for updates on legal challenges and congressional action. Do not rely on rumors. This proposal is a profound change, but with meticulous planning and immediate action, you can navigate this challenge. For more detailed checklists, including a full departure guide and financial planning tips, please view our upcoming video guide. If this video was helpful, please subscribe for updates. Let support each other through this. This is a test of resilience, and with the right strategy you can overcome it.